All right. Welcome, everybody. Happy day to you. Let's go ahead and get a little warmed up. We're going to start standing and just bring one knee up, just kind of like a high knee march, but wake up that core. Get just a little bit of a crunch, forward hinge in that back so you can feel some movement in the low back and through the traps, not the traps, the lats. Go a few more. And then you're going to bring your legs the other direction. So a hamstring curl, just side to side. Stretch through those quads. Grab through the hamstrings. All right, and then just take a wide stance. And then we're going to hinge over the legs. Bend into one knee and then the other. Stretching through those inner thighs. Get some lateral motion into the hips. And then level off in the middle, but keep your legs slightly bent. And we're going to do some thoracic rotations. So try to keep your hips level. Bring one arm up, twist it down, and then bring the other. Oh. Feel kind of that stretch through the middle part of your back. That's where we actually can get a lot of tightness. And finding a little extra mobility and movement through the mid back, the thoracic spine can really help with the neck, shoulders, and low back. Crazy how getting tight one place will actually deliver it tightness elsewhere. All right, last one on this side. And then let's go ahead and twist down to the ground. Sit back into a child's pose, reaching those arms way out in front of you. Slide the shoulder blades down. Just take a couple deep breaths and be happy you're here. Excited for the work ahead. Grab through the core, drive into the hands, and bring your body forward so that you thread the chest through your biceps and flex your glutes. So you get a little seal pose here, opening through the chest, stretching through the core. Curl your toes under, and then we'll push the hips up and back so we're in a downward facing dog. Pedal through those feet, grabbing that core. All right. I'm going to run us through what we have coming really quick, and you can keep moving as we go along. You can keep going with those knee marches. You can hold a plank. You can do some concentrated crunches or cat-cows, whatever kind of feels good to you. Just keep trying to move, get your shoulders going, arms going, so that you're ready once we get started. So every few exercises, we're going to stop and take a little timed set of a 30-second glute bridge, and then we're going to do a 30-second weighted bug. So you'll grab one weight, kind of a mid-weight, pushing that low back into the ground. You'll use the weight in the arms as you extend your legs, alternating left and right sides. Okay, after we get 3 rounds of that little time set done, we're going to switch into our heavy weight and hit up a single leg deadlift. So we're only going to be doing 5 each side. So you'll plant, if you plant into the left leg, right hand will hold the bell. And I want you to try to challenge your weight if you have access to it. And we're just going to hit one leg on the ground, one leg going up. Core stays strong. Make sure the back is nice and flexed. If you struggle with low back strain in your single leg deadlifts, you can hold a weight on either side. Or if that also helps, get your weight up as far as heavier weight. Or you can hold your kettlebell with 2 hands instead of the one. All right, then we're going to go to our mid set of weights, and we're going to do a backward stepping lunge, trying to get nice and low. Then we'll do a lateral step. So we're going to do 5 on this side, 5 on the other. So it'll end up being 10 total each side. Then, after every couple weighted sets, we're going to hit just a quick kind of spike for heart rate. So we're going to do 5 squat thrusts, jump back, jump in, jump up. If you don't do that, it's not a problem. Plant your hands, step back, step in, step up, or you can slide your arms down, reaching toward the ground, get a little jump at the top. All right, whatever kind of works for you. We'll go back to our bridge and bug, and then we're going to do a wing pinch. So we're going to do a focus. We did this last week with a lot lighter weights, and really the range has nothing to do with the move at all. It's all about squeezing those wings together. So I'm actually going to go down in weight. I'm going to grab 8s. You can even go no weight for this one because it needs to be really, really, really focused. So the arms kind of come wide and you're focusing on pinching your scapula together at the top. 10 of those. We'll go a little heavier for our locomotive. Back into the back. Back is flat. You'll pull one elbow, then the other. Small little rotation. We have our squat thrust, our bridge, glute bridge, and weighted bug. And then we're going to go an overhead tricep extension. If you don't go overhead, you can do kickbacks behind. So elbows will squeeze in, getting into those triceps here, up overhead, and then we'll have curls, and then our last set of squat thrust. All right, so that's everything run through quick. We'll go ahead and get us started. So lie on your back and drive those hips up. I'll have to keep track of our timing. All right, so just enjoy this position, kind of almost like a reverse plank, trying to flex in through that back side of the body, lifting your hips by driving the heels into the ground. So you actually get that hip lift to happen once you drive into those feet. Get those booty muscles going. Have your weight handy, 4 seconds, and we're going to do our weighted bug. All right, drop your hips, grab your weight, shove that low back into the ground, extend. So we're here for time, and we're going to go 3 rounds. So there's no need to rush here. Feel all the feels. Nothing in your neck. Got a little bit through those arms, a lot through that upper back, and a lot through the core. All right, time. We can just hold the weight and go into your glute bridge. So we'll just have the weight handy for when we drop that back down. Use this glute bridge to kind of give you some nice deep inhales and exhales. Full breaths of air, super healthy for many different things. One of the best things is just a little less stress. All right, drop your hips, put your legs back in the tabletop, and we're going back to that dead bug, focusing that core. Definitely feeling the core a little bit. If you made it to yesterday's session, I think we did a collective like 12 minutes of planks, something like that, maybe even more. So, feeling good today. All right, last one here. We're going to go through one more round, glute bridges. Drive it up. Try to envision that you're spiral wrapping those muscles into the bone. Elbows kind of pinch in. Neck stays relaxed. We'll appreciate this little set after everything else that we do throughout today. Three, two, one. Drop the hips. Go back into that tabletop and hit your weighted bug. Extend nice and long. Crunch everything in. Super deep flex. 10 seconds left. Can you keep scooping the belly as you're driving it down toward the ground? And time. Okay, so next up we're going to hit up those single leg deadlifts. All right, so balance is a big part of this. Try not to get too frustrated. It gets better over time. So if your right hand holds the weight, left leg on the ground. What's going on with that back leg is still super important. So it needs to be flexed and firm, and it's raising as you're hinging forward. Try to stay level through the hips. So you should be feeling the back supporting the weight, your core, and then really pushing through that glute and hamstring. All right, here's 5. Shifting to that other side. Find something to focus on, possibly on the ground. That'll help. 3, little bend into that supporting knee. Focusing that core. And 5. Perfect. Okay. We'll get rid of that bell and shift on into kind of your mid weight. I'm going to hold one each side. All right. So if you're supporting in through the left leg, step back with the right. Bring it in, over, tap down, pushing through that heel. So when you step over, watch your supporting leg that it stays really straight. Try not to bend back into it. 4, drive through that heel. 5. Okay, other direction. Step back. Knee lines with toe. Lots going on in the core. Legs. Flexion through that upper back. So support those weights. Try not to have them swinging around. 4. Core stays strong. Wrapping it tight. 5. Okay. Hitting up your 5 squat thrust or variation. Work from that core. And 5. Perfect. Okay, grab your weight that you used for your weighted bug. And we're going back into our glute bridge and weighted bug. Get your set. Shimmy the shoulder blades down. Squeeze those elbows in. And then scan the body. See where you can find a little more. What little adjustments can you make for your body, for your proportions, making the move just a little better. Okay, drop the hips down. Push that low back into the ground. Extend. Ooh, grab through that core. So the range of the arms will put more pressure on the abdomen as long as you can keep the rib cage from popping. Neck stays relaxed. Nice and controlled. All right, drive back into those glute bridges. Feet plant, drive the hips up. Really feel like that tailbone is tucking under. Check in with that neck. Glute bridges are easy to just kind of hang out in. So try to get away from that. Figure out how to make it work for you. Find that tug of war. Okay, lower your hips. We got our weighted bug. Focus so much on that core. See if you can get flexion though all the way around that trunk. That's it. Keep space between ears and shoulders. Okay, back down. Last round. Glute bridges. And then we'll get our weighted bugs again. From there, we'll move on into that wing pinch and the locomotive. So a little back set. We've got our legs. Next up, we'll get our back. Little bit of cardio. Obviously, this is our core. 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop those hips, flex it in, extend, and return. Deep, 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 deep flexions. These can be really effective for helping with any sort of low back strain. Gets that core. Last one, supporting around. Okay, so we'll do those wing pinches. Grab light weight or no weight. So the arms are going to stay pretty straight. And the whole purpose, you'll hinge forward, is to squeeze those wings toward one another. 2. Grab a little pinch at the top. 3. You know you need to go down in weight a little if you're feeling more in the shoulder than in the back. So you want to try to get out of the shoulders and really wake up those rhomboids, serratus muscles, all those underlying deep muscles of the back that help support the shoulders, our posture. 2 more. Last one. All right. Small little move, may feel like nothing, but it really helps set the foundation for all the other heavier stuff that we are going to be doing in the back. All right, so we have our locomotive, one leg a little forward, one leg a little back. See if you can get your back parallel to the ground. Then little rotation through the mid back, like in our warm up when we did those thoracic rotations. 7, 8, hold that core, and 10. Okay, we have our 5 squat thrusts. Trying to push it quick. And okay, back into our glute bridges and weighted back. All right, here we go. Drive it up. Hold and steady. Nice quick transitions. Push into those feet and then pull the feet back toward the shoulders without actually moving them. That builds that hamstring flex. 4, 3, 2. Drop those hips, legs come up. Here we go. Dead bug with that weight. You've got it. Keep creating that resistance with the legs. We're not flying through here. We are a very strained bug. And time. Go into those glute bridges. Try to get good at recognizing where your feet are. They should be right underneath your knees. Knees and heels straight out from those hips and shoulders. If you're feeling pressure in the low back, then you're arching your back too much and not focusing on just flexing through those glutes and core. All right, drop the hips, set 2. We're going into our bug. I don't know about you, these are definitely adding up for me. I love it. Focused core work. We need it through everything else. Walking, shopping, cooking, laundry, sitting, driving, keeping that core going. Super beneficial. Last one. Go back into your glute bridge. Tuck that tailbone. Drive that push into the heels. Heels pulled back towards shoulders. Notice what's going on everywhere. That full body. Check in. Deep inhales, deep exhales. 5 seconds. Okay, drop those hips back into your butt. Press that low back in. Try to be able to connect with those transverse abdominals so they're on the side front of your abdomen, your belly. They're the muscles we use, those deep muscles to choke and laugh. Last one, cough. All right, tuck it up, roll it up, come in. We have our overhead tricep extensions. So if you need to stay here in a kickback, that's totally fine. If going overhead isn't really the best idea for you. Otherwise, challenge your weight. Elbows squeeze in, tuck that tailbone under. Neck stays out of it. Feel lots of tricep grab. You got it, you got it. 5. Make sure it stays out of the neck. Feel those triceps do the work. 8. Trying to keep that upper body really still. I have to watch it. 10. All right, curls coming up. You can go palms forward, or you can go a hammer curl based on whatever's better for your elbows or wrists. Biggest deal is that you keep your body still. The chest stays up, elbows squeeze in, shoulder blades pinch together. 7. Here's 10. Okay, we'll hit those squat thrusts. Just 5. And 1. All right, lying down, back into that glute bridge and our weighted bug. Stay going here. After this set, we're going to hit up one more round of all the weighted stuff. So eliminating our glute bridges and dead bugs and going just into the weights. It'll be a nice finisher. Okay, drop those hips, flex it in deep, extend, and bring it back. It's all about how many flexions you can be grabbing here. Stay with it. All right, drop it down. Push up into that glute bridge. Drive into those heels. Heels pull back. My hamstrings are fired up. Glutes are heated. 15 seconds left. Keep pinching those elbows in. Isometric flexions here. So flexing the muscles without moving the body. It's actually extremely effective. Drop it down for building muscle. Hit your dead bugs. Building muscle and strengthening bones without putting much impact on the joints, of course. So it's good stuff. When you can really connect your brain to different muscle segments and flex those without actually requiring movement, you really come somewhere with your body-brain connection. All right, back into those glute bridges. Last round, which really takes your training to the next level in many aspects. Keeps you healthy, less prone to injury, and it helps you really facilitate building muscle, you know, where you're targeting, where you want to. 3, 2, and 1. Drop it down, flex it deep, extend, and bring it back. Oh. 10 seconds. We're going to hop up and hit our single leg deadlifts. 3, 2, and 1. All right, bring it up. Find that heavier weight. Slide those shoulder blades down. Plant the foot. Try to keep those hips level. Just 5 each side. Flex into that back leg. Bend that supporting leg just a bit and drive up through the heel. 4, 5. Check in and see if you can watch that knee tracks with the toe. 1. Trying to keep that back really long. Resisting the pull of that heavy bell, dropping you to the ground. Last one here. 5. Okay, we're going to do those backward lunge to side step lunge. Okay, step your leg back, left leg steps back, and then over. Just 5 each. Flex into that supporting leg. That's where you're kind of building that isometric flex. 1 more. Find that core. Okay, other side. Line that knee and toe. So my supporting leg right now is my left. I'm really trying to grab around that glute, hamstring, thigh. Obviously, you're feeling the other leg as well. But really focus, flexion there. Last one. We'll have our 5 squat thrusts. Plant. Keep that core solid. 1 more. Okay. Get our wing pinch. Lighter weight. Roll those shoulders back and down. So before you even start, pinch those wings together. 4. 5. Focus that core. Take your brain to those rhomboids, muscles between shoulder blades. 10. All right. Set those flexed in. Now we'll hit up locomotive. If you remember which leg you had in front last time, switch it up. Back, parallel to the ground. Core, super strong. 9 and 10. Okay, squat thrust. We got it. 5, 4, 5. All right. Overhead tricep extensions. Weight comes up. Set those hips. Elbows squeeze in. Knees are soft. See if you can get those arms pretty extended straight at the top. 7. Squeeze them in. 10. And then curls. And then squat thrust. And then we've made it. Here we go. Only 10. Focus all the parts. Wrists are strong. Upper arm stays still. Resist the drop. Last 2. Keep that chest tall. Okay, final 5 squat thrusts. Spread those hands nice and wide. 5. All right. Face the ground. Give yourself a quick child's pose. Well done. Hopefully you were able to challenge your weight selection with the smaller rep count. Okay, bring one leg forward so that you get your hip flexor stretch in the back. Really drop and drive that back hip down, feeling that hip flexor open. Hinge back, toe comes up, level off the hips. This little threesome stretch here. So your hip flexor, what we just did, hamstring right here, and then we're going to do our pigeon for the glute. That's a great one to hit every day. Little sequence, 20 to 30 seconds each. All right, drop down. So you're going to pull that foot across, walk your hands forward, kind of adjust so that your pelvis is square to the ground. Depending on your flexibility, you can drop onto your forearms, or you can pull that front leg so it's more parallel to the top of your mat. Pigeon though, it just kind of gets you where you need it. Inner thigh, hip flexor, glute, knee, calf, back. All right, push into the hands. See if we can hit up a quick little down dog stretch. And then pull the left leg or your other leg forward. Drop that back hip flexor down. Feel that stretch. All right, and then hinge back. Toe comes up in the front. Make sure you're trying to kind of level those hips off. And pull the left hip, or whichever your front leg is, pull that hip back. Scissoring, so you'll feel a little more intensity in that hamstring, calf, and behind the knee. All right, cross that foot over. Walk your hands out. And then if it works for you, you may stay here, or you can walk that back knee back a little. Remember, you want the hips squared off. So if that means that your hips stay up here, then that's fine. Wherever you're feeling that best stretch. We're all going to hit it a little different, feel it a little different. Our proportions are different. So that's good. You don't need to look like everybody else. Just need to do what's good for you. All right, let's push back into those hands. Hit up that down dog again. Drive those heels down. Feel the back stretch, hamstring stretch, calves, and then walk your hands back to your toes. We're going to find that forward fold. Hopefully coming into the forward fold from your down dog will also help you recognize the right place to hinge from, right? Those hip creases. All right, grab your hands behind the back. Push them away from you and then over the head. Bend your knees slightly, grab a big inhale, push all the way up. All right, good work.